Yes, this is Avery. I didn't, and this is the idea sharing for slideshow. Actually, I didn't have a clear idea about the subject of my photography at first, so I went out and walked around Hong Kong with my camera, and I tried to see the city from the perspective of a stranger because sometimes people are very curious about relatively unfamiliar things. They notice things that no one else in the city would notice. And I want to find some different things in Hong Kong and record them. After taking some photos, I suddenly realized that I was not a stranger. I was different from those tourists. When they come to Hong Kong, they like Victoria Harbour and shopping malls. But for someone who has lived here for almost 2 years right now, Hong Kong is not just the Hong Kong of strange tourists to me. What does Hong Kong look like to me? So I started thinking about this question. This is the first picture I want to show. It's about the new lights on the Hong Kong streets. I took this picture from an upward view, and I think the new lights on the streets of Hong Kong are very beautiful. They dot the streets. And the second one, I took this picture in the back of the minibus. I tilt the camera slightly because every time I ride a minibus, it feels very uneasy, like an adventure. I never know if the driver will take the roads given on the map or not, and I don't know if I will be lucky enough to get off where I want to get off. And the third picture, I took this on the third floor of a shopping mall. I think the red lanterns are very beautiful, and I waited for the red taxi to appear in the corner. The small lights outside the window of the shopping mall became points of light, which had a very dreamy feeling. I have always thought that Hong Kong people are very lucky because they can always look up in the evening and see the flaming clouds. I think the flaming cloud on that day is very beautiful, like a golden fish in the sky. In this picture, I slowed the shutter speed and took a photo of subway arrivals and people waiting for the subway. In my impression, Hong Kong people are always waiting for the subway, and so am I after I came to Hong Kong. Since I discovered the fun of slow shutters, I have done many new experiments like this picture. I slowed down the shutter speed, rotated the camera, and recorded a very large tree. I also record some people. People in the subway station always walk very fast, and the subway station are very dark sometimes. Children always carry school bags bigger than their bodies. Old people sit on the chairs in the park to sleep, with umbrellas on the left and bags on the right. And young people laugh in the restaurant. After doing so many different things, I wanted to make a photo slide about time and also light, which I might represent with a slow shutter and a shaky camera. I was also inspired by a photographer named Alexander Babrakin. I think his works show the city, people's restlessness, haste, anxiety, and grotesqueness, all presented in his works. and these are some of his work. I want to record and express the image of Hong Kong in my mind in a similar way. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your listening.